I'm Karen Serna, Director of ACC Student Money Management Office and an accredited financial counselor. I help our students understand money and how to become experts at managing money so they can reach their academic and financial goals. Today on our show, I'm going to do a deep dive to hopefully better understand inflation. No doubt you've noticed it at H-E-B or when filling up your gas tank. Things have gotten more expensive. You've probably also seen headlines citing rising inflation, and you might be wondering, will prices keep going up? And how do I handle this? So let's dive in. What is inflation anyway? Inflation is when $1 today doesn't buy what $1 bought last year. Inflation is usually working in the background, and we seldom realize it's there until we see a huge jump like we're experiencing now, or we look back at historical prices and see that a cup of coffee in 1970 cost only 25 cents. Inflation is at a 40-year high, and no doubt that seems scary. First, let me assure you that there is an entity responsible for monitoring inflation and making sure that it's controlled, and that's the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve sees a rate of inflation of 2% per year as the right amount of inflation. When inflation rises above that level, December's inflation rate was about 7%, the Federal Reserve gets to work to bring inflation down. So they're on it. But nevertheless, here we are. On my weekly grocery trip to H-E-B, my gallon of milk cost me $3.28. Whereas this time last year, it was just a few cents over $3. Those pennies quickly add up. So what can you do to live with inflation? The first thing to do is get your budget out of your head and on paper, or in a spreadsheet or in an app, and get a solid picture of what money you have coming in and what money you have going out. Awareness about your spending may help you identify opportunities to save. Take a look at where you can make adjustments so more of your money is available to go towards expenses that are increasing. Look at where you can decrease your expenses. Here are some places I suggest you look. Let's start with streaming services. Cutting the cable was a buzz phrase a few years ago. Cable bills were high, and streaming services like Netflix and Hulu were so much more affordable. But now, how many of us have not one, not two, but multiple streaming service subscriptions? Consider cutting back to just one and using free entertainment like Canopy. Thanks, ACC libraries, or old school DVDs from the public library to supplement your one streaming subscription. Another place to look is your cell phone bill. One of the widest ranges of expenses I see when helping students with budgets is cell phones. It is not uncommon for students to have cell phone bills topping $100 per month. If this is you, here's a great place to reduce that expense. Consider switching to a prepaid service plan available through reliable providers like T-Mobile and Verizon. You can get an amazing plan for $40 or less without sacrificing call, text, and data limits. Another place to look is at your grocery bill. Meat has gone up too over the past year. My rule of thumb is harder to stick to these days. Paid no more than $2.99 per pound for meat. Since meat has gone up, consider switching to more plant-based meals. Veggie prices have remained pretty consistent. Purchase fewer pre-packaged or pre-made food items by finding a few go-to easy recipes. Explore using local food pantries and check to see if you qualify for SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Other things you may consider, if they work for your situation, are taking fewer car trips by using public transportation like Cap Metro. And if you are an ACC student or employee, remember ACC's Green Pass. This pass lets you ride Cap Metro for free as an ACC student or employee. It's an awesome perk, so take advantage. You can also reduce eating out or purchasing sodas and snacks and reevaluate any other monthly subscription fees you have. Take time to unsubscribe from promotional emails that are encouraging you to shop a 60% off sale or providing you a tempting coupon that expires tonight at midnight. Remove those temptations from your inbox. Inflation, as it is right now, can be scary, but remember, it's a normal part of our economic system, and it's always running in the background. You can't control the rise and fall of inflation, but you can control your own financial decisions and make choices and adjustments that will help you manage inflation today and in the future. What does this next year hold? Economists expect prices to continue to climb for us over the next year or two. Strategies the Federal Reserve implements to control inflation take time to have an effect. I hope by 2024, our inflation rate is back in check at around 2%, which is healthy for our economy. Remember, ACC's Student Money Management Office offers one-on-one support and tools for students to learn about personal finance. Further budgeting tips and financial coaching can be found on ACC Money Management Office website. I'm Serna, and thanks for joining me today on ACC Experts.